From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. But tonight, we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Next receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 61 yards. And the Lions march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Bengals nothing. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard
line. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Flacco. That's complete. It's Mitchell Tinsley. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
That's good.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Passing play, Flacco. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Flacco. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Open man is Yoshibas. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Greg Dortch back deep. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the cover was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Kick off to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
The last thing I want to do is not give Amon-Ra St. Brown his due because he is one of the most consistent receivers in the league, but he's much more than that. Tough, gritty, competitive. His 3rd straight year last year with double-digit touchdowns for his Lions.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Now he's free at the 35. Touchdown, Detroit! Jahmyr Gibbs ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Charlie Jones on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Now Flacco. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Flacco from the gun. A short throw there, pulled in by all. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, it's Taj Brooks. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Flacco. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. On now comes the Lion offense. They'll be asked to go for 2 here.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. To pass, Flacco. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now here comes Dortch on the return. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Sam Laporta. A gain of 19 yards. First down.
Goff going to shift him around. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a second and long situation. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Wilson's got it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. Flushed out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And they will take over first and 10.
36-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now Dobbs. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Dobbs to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish. Okay, you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Pacheco once again. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Dobbs is throwing. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw Dobbs. They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point splits the uprights. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bengals drive about to get going. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 1. And he fires one incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Ryan Rico now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. A little juke. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
2nd and 5.
Dobbs. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson looking deep here for Chase. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a 28-0 lead, you figure they're just going to be happy to take this lead right into the locker room. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hands it off out of the gun. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Gain of 14. And the Lions first down.
Now Dobbs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
To throw is Dobbs. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now the first carry here for the running back.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. Ooh, with a juke. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
At the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Johnson. Well, this is caught by Williams. Oh, what a juke into space. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 66 yards. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Jacob Sailors on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
That pass completed to Dortch.
It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after after, able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Gain of 12. First down, Lions.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
Here's Dobbs to throw. Looking for White, and he finds him. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Cedric Wilson from 4 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
Jack Fox to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 3.
Come on.
Operating from the gun, Johnson.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And take it right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. Flush to his right. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Bengals' 34-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Second and 11.
Get it. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a short gain down to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing here, Dobbs. Wright's got it. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
On 4th down, Dobbs. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
Here's Johnson throwing to start the drive. That's caught by it. And oh, it caught it up. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 9.
Come on. Ready?
Back to throw. Johnson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
This quarterback now just 6 of 16 through the air, but he does have a 1st and 10 here. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Operating from the gun, Dobbs. Buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 down.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 1.
And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Running the toss to Brooks here.
Pushes past him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.